You're listening to the John and Heidi Show. Now, featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Ferris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris. Good Monday to you, sir. How you doing?
Doing all right. How'd the weekend turn out? I know you guys are doing just a little slight little remodeling at the house.
Slight little bit.
Slight.
We don't have a kitchen, Dan.
I
barely
tired.
have a bathroom. It's a coffee can in the corner. Okay, it's not quite that bad,
Wow.
but no, it's coming along.
Well, that's how you grew up in Huron, so you
Yeah,
must
it
be
is.
okay with that.
He's right at home.
I'm used to it. I know how all this works. No, it's been a bit stressful. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, we're at each other's throats a little bit right now.
Well, you did. I mean, a lot of people will remodel a kitchen.
Yeah, yeah. But we remodeled the entire.
Yours is literally gone. There's
Everything,
nothing.
yeah.
There's
Our whole
nothing
house is
there.
There's a cord
God.
hanging down where there used to be a wall, so we got
Interesting.
something there.
And it just happens to be National Chop Suey Day.
Oh yeah,
But not for you guys, unless
I've
you're doing
never
takeout.
had chop suey.
Well, the question is, what exactly is chop suey?
exactly. I
It's
don't know
made
what
up.
it is.
It was big growing up. Every now and again, it was a big treat. My mom would run out to some Chinese place, I guess, in Minneapolis and come home with chop suey. And we loved it, but no one ever questioned where it came from or what it was.
yeah, it was made up.
To this day, I'm not sure what it is.
I don't have any idea what
It's
it is.
different in every place you go because it is literally made up.
Really?
Yeah, it's fictitious.
It's fictitious?
It is. It was just they started making it. It was like leftover stuff. They put it together, and what do you call it? Oh, it's chop suey. And
So there's nothing...
some places it's different things, and other places it's completely different.
So there's really
everywhere you
no
go,
ranchers or farmers anywhere that actually raises herds of suey?
Herds
There's
of
no chop suey
to
that-
chop.
Yeah, so I don't know. I read it online that it was literally made up.
Is it? I would assume it's pork.
It's some places it would be. Others it might be chicken. Sometimes it could be beef.
John seems pretty well versed.
Because
He
I
does,
wondered about
considering
it.
he
I
doesn't
looked-
know what it is.
No, I looked into it because
doesn't.
I'm like, what is chop suey? And I just got done reading about it.
So you never hear it covered on like the markets, commodities, or anything else.
No, you
Suey's
don't.
down 2 1/4.
Chop suey. Good time to invest.
Suey
in the-
market
in the
just
suey.
imploded.
Well, today's the day for it.
Well,
so.
there you go. Congratulations. Happy birthday to Leah Michelle. She was Rachel Berry on Glee.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
She did, right? Right? Yeah. She
Our daughter
is,
watched that.
Yeah, we were
Okay.
forced to watch it a couple of times.
You may know her better as Leah Sarfati.
Okay.
Leah Sarfati.
Yeah,
That is her
of course
real name, actually.
I don't know her better as that.
Sarfati. That's right. She's a big fan of chop suey.
No, but
Woo! T. Denny Sanford's ex-wife, Isabel Sanford,
Oh.
was born this day.
nice.
Interesting. Actually, Isabel Sanford was Louise Jefferson on the Jeffersons.
Oh,
It was Wheezy.
Hey, I love
Wheezy.
George and Wheezy.
so that's not really Denny's ex.
You guys actually bought that.
I
I
What is
didn't know
wrong
why
with
on
you
earth we
two?
would be talking about it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
I was like, why
You
are
were
we
the-
discussing
You
this?
are the voice of a generation. When you speak, I listen. So
Holy cats!
I'm a
This
little
is
bit
just
disappointed in you right now, Dan.
ugly in here today.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if I was going to do this or not, but I went on a limb, and I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Michael Jackson.
Oh.
It was his birthday.
Would have been 64 today,
Okay.
actually.
You know, there's a theory that he's still alive.
Yeah, John.
Seriously.
Yes, we know.
Him and Elvis and
Yeah,
James
and
Dean.
they're all vacationing
yeah,
together
blah,
in the
blah, blah.
Bahamas.
There's a Facebook
Him and Elvis and
group.
Tupac.
And Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac.
There's a trio. I can't see the three of those lasting
No.
3 minutes
No.
together.
I'm telling you, I read all about it on the internet.
Holy
Oh
cats.
my gosh.
There's a video on YouTube, so you know it's true.
So then here's the skinny. A lot of times when there is a musical celebrity of status who's having a birthday, I'll do a little snippet of dramatic
Yes,
reading.
you will.
Would
I
you like
do
one?
love these.
Michael Jackson. This was really tough because there is such an amazing body of work
Oh, yeah.
over the years from MJ. We boiled it down.
I already
This
know
is,
which one you're going to do.
from the 1982 The Thriller album and the classic Wanna Be Startin' Something.
Oh.
Okay. You're a vegetable. You're a vegetable. You're just a buffet. You're just a buffet. You're a vegetable.
These are the real words.
Yeah.
You're a vegetable. You're a vegetable. They eat off you. They eat off you. You're a vegetable. You're a vegetable. Ow! And Shimon.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
That is so bizarre. Those lyrics are so
Somebody had
bizarre.
to write that.
I
Somebody
made none of
actually
that up.
wrote that
That's
down.
like-
No, that's
I know,
100%
those are the
real.
lyrics.
It's right
I didn't know
there.
that till I was at karaoke one time and somebody was singing that. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Why does it say you're a vegetable? I'm like, is that really what he's saying?
Yeah.
Poetry in motion, baby.
Yeah.
All about it. Little snippet of history here. Speaking of music, and this was always interesting to me. The Beatles, they were pretty
Yes.
big. They were
Yeah.
pretty
They were.
popular. They gave their last concert actually in 1966. This day, as a matter of fact.
wow.
It's not like they kept touring every time they released an album because they didn't have to.
Right.
They just stopped doing concerts after this day in 1966. Last public concert, Candlestick Park in San Francisco. 25,000 people.
Yeah.
7,000 seats went unsold.
What?
They
Really?
did not even sell out.
I
Really?
wonder why.
Great question.
In 66, they were huge.
Yeah, in 66, and 7,000 seats were empty at that show.
Were they asking too much?
Isn't that interesting?
That's crazy. Maybe
back
that's
in-
why they quit touring. They were
Maybe.
embarrassed.
Wonder what else was going on that night.
I don't know.
Maybe Cher had her final tour going on across the street.
Yeah,
or
there was a
something.
farmer's market, something huge going on. Maybe twofer at the chop suey shop. We don't know. We have no idea. It was this day in 1997. Little business buddies, Mark Randolph, Reed Hastings, fire up a little online business for DVD rentals. Operation in Scott Valley, California. They call it Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how they started.
Yeah.
Yup.
And the amazing thing is, Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy them
And said nope.
years ago, and
Yep.
they
they
scoffed.
left.
They scoffed
They
at
were
them
like,
and said, "I don't think so." And now there's one Blockbuster video rental
Yeah,
store
it's
left.
so
in Bend,
sad.
Oregon.
And it's a good one.
It is.
And this was game changer. It was 1893. American businessman / inventor Whitcomb L. Judson granted a U.S. patent for what he called a clasp locker.
Clasp lock.
Yeah. We know it today as the modern day zipper.
Oh wow.
Right?
The clasp locker.
Yeah, how about
It took 50
that?
years to invent that. I remember reading that.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
Interesting.
Until then, guys had to nail their pants shut, and things could just get ugly.
It was dangerous.
It was.
You know what's even more dangerous? A zipper. I mean, I didn't.
I've only watched it happen once at a public pool in Minneapolis, and this
Oh, did you
kid
see
may
it?
still be
Yikes.
standing there.
Oh, I've seen it happen too.
That was, and he looked at me, and I saw what happened, and I just went, "Dude, you are on your own."
Yeah. No.
Yikes.
It's a bad idea to have jagged metal edges. I don't know. It's just the whole thing.
Well, it's a bad idea to be going commando.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for
first
sure.
day. So we put on some underpants.
Yeah, it's a good plan.
They're there for a reason.
Exactly.
Thanks and beans.
All right. Well, hey, I know, you know, we all know. We just bounce ahead here.
Oh, we're going to do exactly that. It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Ferris.
Join us in October for The Sands, a week of music and fun that's been described as the best week ever by many of our guests. This year, we have more icons and more fun. Culture Club, The Cult, Loverboy, Belinda Carlisle, Lou Graham, Vanilla Ice, Samantha Fox, Firehouse, and many more. Plan to join us October 25th through the 30th at Planet Hollywood Beach Resort in Cancun, Mexico. This all-inclusive event will be the time of your life. Learn more now at radiotravelgroup.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour. Right now we have Mr. Brent Baker joining us in the studio. How you doing, sir?
It's a great day in Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
It really is. And we're going to talk right now with Brent Baker about the real estate world because everything kind of shuffles throughout the year. This time of year as we're getting back to school and, we're going to have seasons change. How does that change the real estate market? Does it change things a bit?
We see subtle changes. For those people who have children, they try to be in their homes, into their new homes, before school starts. They want to get their kids settled. They got to get their routine started, and then they send them off to school. So it does at times take a few buyers out of the market, and it's understandable why. Everybody needs to get adjusted to a new life, new route to work.
But if
forth.
things in your life are saying, I think it's time to sell, don't let that stop you from listing your home. Because if it's time to sell, it's time to sell, right?
Correct. There are people who will try to time the market, and the reality is that's an extremely difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
You should always go by where you are in life. Sellers should always look at where they are at in life and make their decisions based on that.
Absolutely.
Whether it is for health reasons that you need to move, or change in position. At the end of the day, it works out. Maybe not quite the way you had envisioned. It might work out better, but always do what's best for your life, not what 10 other people are trying to convince you.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to selling, what is the client experience like working with Brent Baker? Because you guys have got a really nice way of doing what you do. Let's talk about what that process is like.
Well, communication is always key in any factor, and certain people are much more need to be in constant contact, and other people are just let me know when the important things are happening. And there are gaps in time where you feel like, was anything happening? Well, yes, behind the scenes there really is. Yeah. We like to have a consultation with sellers. We like to sit down, help them understand the process, and walk them through the documents so that they know what they're signing, because these are legal binding contracts. And so there's the listing side of it, and of course, what it'll look like or what are the potentials for the purchase side.
Absolutely. Now, when you're listing a home, that's where one of the other things you got to think about is the showing. So that when people are going to look at the home, if you're going to do open houses, how do you guys is it based on what I want to do as the seller, or how does that work?
Well, it's always important to remember that your home is no different than another person. It's going to make its own first impression. So you want your yard neat and tidy. Keep your grass mowed. Keep your shrubs trimmed. Touch up the paint on the railings or whatever the case may be.
Put its best foot forward.
Correct. Curb appeal is a real thing because people will start making judgments about your home based on the outside. So if you drove by my house right now, you're going to say, that's the neighborhood bum because I have too many projects started. But when you're going on that market, your house has to make a good impression. So it's got to look good when it drive up. And then when they open that front door, things should be neat and orderly, clean.
Yeah.
There are times, when a home is maybe needing so much updating that it doesn't pay to start.
Yeah.
But cleanliness is a big factor.
If you can't walk through and look at things, even if it is a home that needs work, if
Correct.
I can't walk through and see what work needs to be done, that's not good.
Correct. It really does need to be so that people can see what they are buying.
Now, when it comes to inspections, I know lately it seems like, boy, people are making offers, no inspections, no this, no none. But that's still something that you should be prepared for, right?
Correct. A buyer always has the right to do inspections, and a seller may say, well, that's fine, but we're not going to do anything. We're selling as is. But as the market shifts, which it always does, and some properties are just going to be prone to, if they're first-time home buyers, just for that buyer's peace of mind, doing inspections is a big deal. But this means a little extra preparation on the seller side, which they should have done anyway getting ready for market, is minimizing your personal possessions in the house so that the home inspector can really see and get to the things they need to.
And then when we get to the tail end of the selling process, there's the walkthrough, and that's something that you need to make sure that you're ready for that as well. What do I as a seller do to make sure that the home is ready for the walkthrough?
When you're moving out of your home, clean up after yourself.
Yeah.
I've had people say, well, it's a seller's market. I don't have to do anything. Well, excuse me. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
You think it's a seller's market, and it is or was. However, those buyers are paying a premium. Yeah. They know they're paying a premium, so they have a higher expectation. If they are buying a house in major need of renovation, their expectations are going to be a little different. Yeah. So have that house clean. Be sure not to damage it while you move out, and if you do, fix it.
Yeah. If somebody listening is going, boy, you know what? I could see myself walking through those steps with Brent Baker, and they would like to maybe list a home with you, or maybe they want to buy a home and they would like you to help them do that. How do they reach out to you, Brent?
I can be reached at 605-310-0297.
And again, Brent Baker is with Keller Williams Realty in Sioux Falls, but clients' first group is your group at Keller Williams, is that right?
That is correct. Yep.
And
I have. We have a nice little group that have learned to work together very well and makes the process about as seamless as you can imagine.
And I just went through the process when my wife and I bought our home, and when we sold our home, we worked with Brent and the team at Clients First Group, and you guys did. You made it really easy. So again, I recommend, not only because Brent is a client, but also because he's a friend and because I believe he is the right realtor for people to work with. So if you're looking for someone to help you buy a home or someone to help you sell a home, I can't recommend Brent high enough. Brent, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for your kind words.
Absolutely. And again, if they'd like to call you, I'll have you give that number one more time.
605-310-0297.
And if you forget that, or you just think, boy, I should have wrote that down, reach out to me and I'll gladly give it to you. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on Sunny.
If you watch the news, you've probably heard about interest rate hikes and other financial factors that could make you a bit nervous. At BetterCreditCards.com, we continue our commitment to help you get a better credit card. On the website, BetterCreditCards.com, we have different kinds of credit cards, some with better points and perks, some designed to help you build your credit. Whatever stage of life you happen to be in, we want to help. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
And now stuff Dan finds interesting. Yeah.
It is time for Stuff Dan Finds Interesting. And what do you find interesting on this Monday, Mr. Ferris?
You know, I don't get too jacked up about a lot of things
You don't.
anymore.
No?
Right.
And I've been crashing around the world of media for a better part of 4 decades at this
He has
point.
been.
But every now and again, you know, you come across somebody, whatever, and you go, hey, you know what? They're kind of cool. They're pretty neat. And this
Yeah.
is actually pretty exciting for the Sunny crew here. John, Heidi, myself, of course.
Yeah.
Well, switch things up a little bit as far as our weather team, our weather,
yeah.
weather
Yes, we did.
forecast. And
Starting
what's going
today,
on.
yes.
And actually, I have... oh gosh, we're going back to mid-90s, about 20, 25 years or so. I've known this guy,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, calls himself Sean Cable,
Yeah.
former KSFY meteorologist.
And I think he was on Kello before that, wasn't he?
Yep, and he used to hang out with Nancy Nave, of course. They did a great morning newscast for years and years. Sean Cable, now with Sunny 93.3, and
We're
we're
excited
pretty
to have him on
excited
the
about it. Yeah, nice to see Sean back.
Absolutely. SiouxFallsWeather.com. And we have the broadcasts here every hour on Sunny Radio, which is pretty cool. Nice. Good job, Dan. Dan got to make the announcement.
I did.
that
And,
feel
pretty
good?
exciting.
And years ago, and I knew me and Chag would be friends. It was, oh my goodness gracious, 25 years ago, I saw him in Lederhosen out at the arena
Oh, there you go.
with the Lippens Honor Stallions.
Oh, okay.
Long story. I believe he was dancing with a shovel. I'm not exactly sure what was going on.
Well, if there's Lederhosen involved, it's a good time.
All right, what's coming up? Maybe you've seen all the yard signs. Maybe you've heard all the ads. Whatever. Apparently, there's a big midterm election coming up November 8th.
I've heard of this, yeah.
I believe everything from governor to dog catcher, you name it.
Right.
But also there's other little things. There's amendments. There's initiatives.
Oh, yeah.
And it's back on the ballot. Initiated Measure 27.
Yeah.
That's hey, let's sell dope.
So
Oh,
it
okay.
happened in 2020, but then
Right.
it was put on the ballot incorrectly or something? Is that what
Yes, and then there's been petition problems. Now keep in
Been a
mind, medical,
hullabaloo and-
medical marijuana is already legal in the state of South Carolina.
Right.
Yeah.
In fact, dispensaries are already opening. In fact, one is open doing business in Hartford right now.
Yeah.
But that's medical marijuana. We're talking about recreational marijuana where anyone 21 and older can just waltz in and get themselves some devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
Buy it by the bucket.
So that will be on the ballot in November,
Exactly.
and it will be listed properly. So if it's voted in, then it's like a done thing.
It will be a done thing.
All right.
Yep.
Huh,
And
interesting.
here's what we're looking at if that does come to fruition and that does become new state law. Dateline Portland, Oregon. And these are things that we'll be contending with. Woman visiting from Arizona was arrested later actually last week, after making her purchase at a marijuana dispensary and then spreading condiments about the shop. She opened her purse, started out with a little ketchup, a little mustard, just condiments. And the employee said, hey, lady, we wish you wouldn't do that.
Why was she doing that?
She was squirting them around?
Yes.
Okay.
Condiments, yes. Well, police were notified, actually. But before the police got there, she whipped out a nice bottle of teriyaki sauce.
Oh, wow.
Started covering the floor with that.
Is this
What
like
the
performance
heck?
art or something?
I don't know. She was just having a nice time, John.
Jeez.
Possibly under the influence, John.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that could have something to do with it.
It's 42-year-old Ronnie Marie Delasky.
I just can't wait for all of this to come to Sioux Falls. That's fantastic.
She dug deeper into her purse, producing a second bottle of teriyaki
Okay.
Where
sauce.
was she going with all this stuff?
And I don't know, but I'm a big fan of teriyaki.
It's good stuff.
And it's
yeah.
being wasted
She's wasting it.
because she used it on countertops, the windows. And the police finally did show up after she had her way with all kinds of just making one heck of a darn mess. One of the responding officers informed Mrs. Delasky, "Ma'am, you're under arrest," to which she told him, "No, I'm not. I'm not under arrest," and began to struggle with the officer after.
That doesn't typically end well.
Nope. They finally cuffed her, stuffed her, walked her out of the marijuana dispensary. But
Well, this is going to be great.
the kind of thing we're looking at.
Yeah.
Running rampant. I don't know.
You never know. We could have that stuff happen now, If anybody had any condiments in their purse. I just don't know why you'd be walking around with all that stuff.
I would have liked to have watched this. In fact, I looked for some video and couldn't find any.
Oh, yeah. I would like to see that too, honestly.
Just how crazy are you? And are you sure you need marijuana to even accentuate the craziness?
Exactly.
So was she maybe coming down from a high and was going in to get more? Is that what?
Yeah.
No, apparently she walked in and was just made a purchase like anybody else, paid for it, put it in her purse, and then
proceeded
started
to
in
throw
with the condiments.
condiments.
Yeah, maybe it's a thing. I don't know.
got
I'm
a
not
new
here
hobby.
to judge, John.
Yeah.
Not here to judge. I'm
not
just
either.
I
saying.
am.
But I'm saying I do think I have a new hobby. That sounds like a lot of fun. So.
There you go. And just so you know, my son happens to live in Portland, and
Oh, yeah.
this is probably just standard issue there. Nothing to do with him.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Well, Dan, thank you for the update, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, welcome aboard to the Sunny fam, Sean Cable, man.
Yes, Sean Cable. Also, later in the day, you're going to hear Corey Hartman, and later this evening, Mace Michaels. It's the new weather team from SiouxFallsWeather.com and right here on Sunny 93.3.
While other wireless companies raise their prices, Mint Mobile is taking a different approach. You can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Let's say that again so you hear it right. $15 a month for unlimited premium wireless. Why would we do that? Because we can. If you're paying too much for your wireless phone, it's time for a Mintervention from Mint Mobile. You can sign up today at Mintervention.com. Premium wireless for just $15 a month at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Monday, August 29th, 2022. The sell-off in equity markets intensified last week following a bearish technical signal, high inflation, and remarks from Fed Chief Jerome Powell. He said inflation was a problem. The Fed would fight forcefully, adding some businesses and families would feel the pain in the process. The need to fight inflation means higher interest rates, which leads to a cutback in hiring and activity, which means fewer businesses and work opportunities over the next year or so. The S&P 500 fell more than 3% at the low of the day, and it looks like that will fall further in the coming days. The move not only confirms a reversal of long-term proportion, but shows a high conviction within the market as well. This week is another hurdle for the market. The NFP data is due out Friday and is expected to show a slowdown in hiring as well as an increase in wages, which is bad news for the market. In that scenario, labor and consumer markets are already feeling the pain, but not enough to correct the pace of inflation or to stave off aggressive FOMC action. You can get the inside track from Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.